all thanks to the wonderful people of Super 6. Did you know this, Boovie? If you predict 6 scores correctly, you will not win £250,000 because Super 6 have rolled over Beethoven. That is right. For totally gratis, you can download the Super 6 app, predict 6 scores correctly, and if you get those 6 scores correct, you will not win £250,000. You will not win £500,000. You will win £750,000. That is £750,000, all thanks to Super 6. And it doesn't cost you a penny, does it?
No, it's a free-to-play game. Obviously, make sure you download the app and you can join our mini league and be involved in a huge game against Pitchside at the end of the season. Absolutely massive, and loads of prizes to win as well. 100 quid at Classic Football shirts, for example. So make sure you get involved. Let's get on to the team of the season so far. Very interesting because ultimately 3 sides are in the Premier League title race, as we've already discussed in the podcast, and loads of other great performances. Let's start off in goal. Any standouts for you, mate?
Do we literally put some names on the table and work it out from there?
Yep.
I will put Vicario on the table.
Vicario, I think Alisson has to go in for the quality throughout the season.
Do you know what? Can I just ask you this question, just so I know the parameters within which we're operating? If we look at the league table and you look at the brilliance of the 3 teams at the top of the league, this team will be comprised of only those players. Do you want to do it that way and therefore effectively only pick the best? Or do you think we need to be a little bit more out there?
Yeah, forgiving to everyone else in the league. Yeah,
do we need to start talking about Aït-Nouri at Wolves and things like that?
It's all relative to the season that players are having, whether at Bournemouth or Arsenal. So in goal, for me, it has to be the best defence in the league so far this season, which is Arsenal. I think it has to be David Raya. I think there's been a little bit of confusion at the start of the season who was number 1, and we've seen quite clearly from the Brentford result how much security he brings to that back 4. He's been incredible, I think, David Raya.
Do you think?
Yeah.
It's a huge indictment of Mikel Arteta's decision-making. If I'm not saying it isn't him, but God, Mikel Arteta got this one right, because none of us thought it was at the time. Like, even if you thought he was a better goalkeeper than Ramsdale, at the time it felt like it upset the apple cart so much.
It was confusing at the start of the season, but it settled things now.
Okay. If you want Raya is in goal. Left back, I think I know the answer.
Yep.
I'm saying Destiny Udogie.
Yeah, Udogie.
You weren't thinking that?
I was thinking Aït-Nouri at Wolves. He's been absolutely electric and at points more of a left wing back. So Udogie in a back 4 makes a lot of sense for me. Right back, is there any shout maybe for Conor Bradley? Especially if Liverpool go on to win the Premier League title. He has to be mentioned for sure. There
is a shout for Conor Bradley, but is it the correct one? Has he played enough games to be...
No. I think he has to be mentioned at least in this video of how good he's been, especially against City. He was fantastic.
It may sound boring, but is the answer not just Kyle Walker?
No, I think it's Ben White. It's Ben White
since the turn of the year. It's Ben White since he went to Dubai and got tanned and rejuvenated.
Yeah, I think.
But I don't know if it's Ben White.
Ben White's had a better season than Kyle Walker so far.
What do they call it when recency bias? They call it. I think Ben White has been Arsenal's best player and definitely the best right back in the league since the turn of the year. Since his Dubai, when they went away.
Yeah.
But I don't think we were thinking this before.
He wasn't that bad before. I don't think Kyle Walker's been a standout at all.
Is there anyone else who needs a mention here?
Oh, it's hard. Trippier started the season well, fallen off a little bit.
Malo Gusto's
been good for you. He's been your best player probably. I'd have to throw in either Trent or Ben White for me.
Okay, let's go Ben White. Like, since the turn of the year when it's most mattered, he has been Arsenal's best player arguably. So
yeah, 100%.
Okay, so Ben White right back. 2 centre halves, please.
We have to throw in Virgil van Dijk. Have to do it. I know it's the obvious one, but he's been incredible.
Just help me. Like, do we now need to start thinking Branthwaite and people a little bit out there?
Yeah, Branthwaite gets a mention. He's been superb. One of the best defences in the league with Everton, of course. Mickey van der Ven. He's a cheat code at Spurs. Anytime they make a mistake and there's a counter-attack from the opposition, he can cover.
But if you're picking what, should we pick one each?
Let's do one each.
Okay, and is your shout?
Mine's Mickey van der Ven then.
Oh, is it?
Mickey
Not Van Dijk?
No, I was throwing him out there.
We've got a problem here then.
Yeah.
Because I thought you were going to say, that means we're leaving Van Dijk
Saliba
out.
has to be...
That's what I was going to say Gabriel, mate. I think Gabriel's been...
Yeah, Gabriel
both ends, man. He's amazing going forward. He scored about 8 goals.
Underrated.
Like, he's fantastic for them in both boxes. And there was a moment, I think it was the last time I watched, like, he sort of carried the ball the length of the pitch against Brentford and, like, slotted someone in. But really well played.
Yeah.
I think Gabriel's in. Hang on. Van der Ven has been good, but he's been injured. Saliba? I don't think we can leave Van Dijk out.
Let's do Van Dijk then. Van Dijk's been imperious.
Okay, 3 central midfielders.
Declan Rice has been player of the season for me.
Bernardo Silva is in.
Yeah.
He's in.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Declan Rice, I completely agree with you.
Declan Rice, Bernardo Silva, I like that. Bernardo Silva has been underrated this season, no question. Phil Foden has to be in there somewhere. Can be a left winger if we need him to be. I think Phil Foden's getting PFA Player of the Year.
Where is Phil Foden playing?
He's playing centrally at the moment. Him and Bernardo are rotating. Phil Foden has to be in with Declan Rice somewhere.
Do you think that we need to give it to someone who's maybe a little bit less glamorous but equally brilliant? So I'm going to say some people. I'm just going to say them. Conor Gallagher, Endo, the players that are doing the business but in a more ugly way than Bernardo Silva.
Alvarez at West Ham United.
Alvarez, the other fellow at West Ham.
Kudus. Yeah. Paqueta as well. Their midfield's decent these days.
Yeah, he's dried up a bit, Paqueta, but yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, look, Rice is in for sure.
Rice,
you have another one.
I'll tell you what. Let's create a short list of 3, and then we pick it from the 3. Okay. So let's put some other names down. Who have been standout central midfielders?
Maddison has to be mentioned. I think Maddison.
What about players like John McGinn, Dougie Luiz?
John McGinn, yeah, 100%.
Think about all the clubs. Like I think Dougie Luiz has been standout.
Yeah, he has been.
But has he been?
I think it's that recency bias that they've fallen off a little bit, haven't they?
Yeah.
Kobbie Mainoo at Man United. Adam would kill us for not mentioning him on some level.
Yeah.
It's Declan Rice.
It's definitely Rice.
Rodri.
Am I being too kind to Bernardo Silva?
Yeah, I think you are a little bit. I think he's been all round in all competitions fantastic, but not.
Okay, so maybe not. So should we do Phil Foden centrally? Which is where he's playing.
Declan Rice.
Phil Foden, Rice, Foden. I think it has to be a holder. Let's try and make a good team with a bit of balance.
Yeah. Dougie Luiz.
Yeah, okay, Luiz.
Dougie Luiz, he's been super.
Dougie Luiz.
No question.
On the left wing.
Son's been in resurgent form.
Yeah,
hasn't he?
Yeah, he really has.
Garnacho maybe is a right winger, if you want to talk about him. Martinelli's
I don't think
decent.
Garnacho is anywhere near this team.
Fair enough.
If that's okay. I really don't. I rate him highly, but I don't think anywhere near this.
Yeah.
We're talking the creme de la creme.
Yeah. Top level.
Yeah.
Anthony Gordon gets him a shout.
Yeah, I don't see that either, my friend.
No, not in recent weeks.
I don't see that
Not in recent weeks.
Let's go over the other side. Because over the other side, I think it's more clear-cut. Is the answer Bukayo Saka?
Bukayo Saka. Easy. Salah's close, of course.
Oh, fuck. What the hell are we going to do here? Saka hasn't been as good as Salah all through the season, but Salah's been injured.
Yeah, but Saka's in better form now. As of today. For me, Saka has to get in ahead of Salah for me. But Salah's been incredible. What can I say?
I don't think we can leave Salah out, can we?
Let's play him as a false 9. Get tricky.
We can't do that.
Can't do
cowardly.
That. No. Saka is a right winger.
Okay, Saka.
Yeah, it's hard.
Saka on one side.
Neto deserves a shout, by the way, for Wolves.
Neto?
As a right winger. But left winger then? Son for Spurs has been fantastic.
I'm trying to think of the less celebrated players. Like how good is Johan Wissa?
Visser, yeah.
How good? Like, is he?
Visser.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a big player for the fantasy players out there. He always picks up points and assists and stuff.
How good is he really? Like, is he this?
No.
Is there anyone like think of the clubs that we aren't thinking of? Is what I'm suggesting we do. Like, is there anyone at Brighton who deserves to be in this team?
Yeah, I think for me, Son.
Yeah,
definitely gets underrated. He's been doing it at such a high level, a bit like Salah consistently now for so many years.
For if you include what he was doing at Hamburg, it's like a decade. It's just a decade of top
high level.
Yeah,
high level. And big player. Down the middle,
I'll say some names and you discount or count. I'm going to say Darwin Núñez first of all.
Darwin Núñez, 17 goals, 11 assists now, I think, for Liverpool this season.
Where'd you get that, mate? Just for everybody listening, that's not written anywhere. Why have you done that?
Well, I saw that when he last scored, but then I realised he scored against Sparta Prague, so it might be even higher than 17, which is amazing. Dom Solanke at Bournemouth has been superb, relative to the fact he barely scored in the league last time he was in the league.
The elephant in the room, Erling Haaland, is it him?
No, it's not, because of a mixture of injuries and it's very high standards, but if it's all relative to the clubs that they're playing at, I think Ollie Watkins is punching miles above his weight.
Ollie Watkins. We're going to do
superb,
it. Ollie Watkins, best striker in the league this year.
Yeah, 100%.
Fine. So it's Ollie Watkins through the middle. Who on the left? Heung-min Son.
Yeah, Son
And
on the
then
left.
who on the right?
Watkins on the...
And Salah.
And Salah on the
Is it
right.
right that it's Salah? Like, I'm just going to say it. Is it Jared Bowen? Is it
Jared
Bukayo
Bowen
Saka?
has to get a mention. He's one of the highest scorers in the league this season. He's been superb. But Salah's, he's single-handedly driven Liverpool towards potentially a second Premier League title win.
Okay. I think that's a very good team. That team wins the quadruple.
Wow. Big statement.
Big statement. Thank you so much to Super 6. We really do appreciate the partnership. And remember, you could win £750,000 simply by playing a free-to-play game. Predict 6 football scores correctly. Get them right and you will win £750,000. Also, you can join our Club Mini League. The winner of the Club Mini League gets £100 to spend at classic football shirts. And the winner of the Club League for the season will get to play for us against Pitchside. That really is huge, Booth.
That's absolutely massive. You can play at centre-back alongside myself. What an unbelievable opportunity.
You'll be busy. You'll have your work cut out.
I know.
I hope Gabriel from Arsenal is in this mini league. We can do with him.
We need to sign him.